Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tifosi Time, your weekly Serie A podcast. This is episode 121. And clearly, guys, the biggest thing to happen in sports this weekend is our show. So welcome aboard. And I'm Frank, Chris. I won't call you Pedro this time. And Dan. Say hello, fellas.
Hi.
All right. Yeah. So people got out of the way, they wasted some time watching the Super Bowl, and now they can get on to the good stuff, our show. We have higher ratings, by the way. So sponsors, call us. We're offering 15-second commercials for only $50,000 a pop. It's a deal.
What's this guy talking about? Let's go. Get into the week here.
Let's get into the week. What game you want to start off with? What do you want to talk about?
You got
Juventus.
You guys always start Juventus.
Enthusiastic. The game we all watched together on Sunday, Juventus game. Let's start with that.
We did come together for a Super Bowl party that ended up watching Juventus Fiorentina instead,
and left before the Super Bowl.
We left before the Super Bowl. So if that gives you guys any, if you were at all wondering if you were watching the right podcast or not about Serie A, that shows you how our Super Bowl party went. It was Juventus Fiorentina, and everybody left before the football game started. So you are in the right place, my friends.
And let me tell you, I had
fun. It was good. All right, so let's start with that. Let's start with that game. So Juventus did win 1-0. Woo! As Daddy calls it, they're now in second/ninth.
Did you see the picture they put on Facebook for Allegri Battuta? Was Flowers, Chiesa, Di Maria. All they cut their hair now. It's for in order because they just annulled the goal for 1 year.
Oh yeah.
So they all did the bald.
Everyone did bald.
It's actually smart. I thought it all fell out because they had to play for Allegri and they went bald. But okay.
No, that's why his hair is falling out.
So let's talk about
that
the
was
game.
the two goal. There was they have to change the ruling.
Yeah, that's just the big problem.
Yeah, we talked about this last week with the offsides and shit. We talked about a bunch, but
but this is now. This is they have to give a break.
So
for
people who didn't see, each team scored a legit goal, and they were both called back because a ball sack hair was offside.
Yeah, it was literally ridiculous. Like it was to the point where they pulled up for people that didn't see. You pull up the VAR in slow motion with the line, and it looked like they were showing them onside. Like
I legit couldn't tell.
Me either.
Besides, they don't make sense because they say they want to see more goal.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
I was just gonna say that. Like, you want the games to be entertaining, and you're just taking away goals.
Yeah, they've been saying they want to increase scoring in soccer since I was a little kid and no one watched it. Right now, you got goals that you're taking away with. I don't know. It just doesn't. And I think this came up in England too this weekend. I think they were talking about.
I saw a headline that said they had a very rough week with VAR this week. I didn't look into it though.
And my thing is, what's it adding? Like the Vlahovic goal was totally a good goal. It was a nice goal.
The one of Fiorentina was good.
That's the thing.
This was a goal too.
It was both a good goal. So like, what? How did the game improve by that? I don't know.
It didn't. But add that shittiness on top of a terrible game.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And, that freaking game both was so bad.
Daniel,
agreed.
I read the paper. According to the paper, I read the article. They say Juventus did a good game.
Who said that?
I don't know what kind of game.
I know. I also saw this effusive praise for like Di Maria, and I was like, "What game are they watching?"
That guy rolled around on the floor more than he played with the ball.
Because he had an assist.
It's like
but he had an assist, but there wasn't no position to hold, no position.
Well, that's the coach.
It was looking like he wasn't playing by himself.
The game was bad. We were going back and forth saying, okay, this isn't Juventus' worst game of the season, but we all agreed it was probably one of their top 5 worst games of the season.
The paper said they play a good game.
I don't see how.
You couldn't tell what position people were playing. No. They had no rhythm, no flow. It was, and that's with Fiorentina playing atrocious too.
What did I agree with the paper? What I wrote, they gave a good vote to Teixeira. He did okay, right?
Yeah, great.
Nevertheless, I would have put Fagioli there. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we started off complaining because he didn't play Fagioli and just how annoying.
Especially when they say, can I play with the 3 forward, Di Maria, Flowers, Chiesa? They were going back, all 3 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But tell me, if you put a Fagioli instead of the Sciglio there, do you think you can change him better? That's it. Just in
Because
better.
you have somebody who can pass them the ball.
I just think
the ball.
I think the game overall was really bad, and I expect more from Italiano and Fiorentina. Like they played horrible, and Juventus again. Like they're 22 games in, and when you watch Juventus, it's like the 11 players don't know where the other 10 are going to be. Like there's no movement together. They don't defend. They're not positioned well in the field. They randomly switch in the middle of the game, which are okay. He must have switched Chiesa with Di Maria, but neither of them actually stay to a position.
No,
No, you realize one thing. If you
It's
read the
confusion.
paper, right? If you read the paper, the Pagelli, right? If the team win, they almost everybody's playing good. Especially if someone score, they give the high score, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes even if the guy that score, he play a bad game. And this is based on all just a result.
I can tell you, I don't think anyone played a good game, and I hate picking on this guy, but Alexandro played freaking terrible. Like his defense, his passing, it's what we expect.
You don't need to say that. It's every week.
Yeah, but no, he's been better than that lately.
But seriously, and they got the 3 points, so no one's killing them. But again, this is what you get from an Allegri team. That's why this year, and we say it half kidding around, but because the team who's winning Napoli is literally 15 points ahead, the championship, there's no competition. Juventus is where they are because of everything that's going on.
Oh, but you see, just say, Frank, if you see Napoli, you compare Napoli and the other team, Juventus, especially Juventus. When you see Napoli, you see all the field to cover.
Yeah.
Each one on this. You have people to play on each wherever you throw the ball.
Because they have a coach.
Juventus, you don't know where they are.
Well, exactly. And not only, if you want to be a crappy defensive coach like Allegri pretends to be, if you don't have the smooth movement off the ball and pass the ball around, at least you should defend and cover the field as a team, as a group, off the ball to defend. They don't even do that. They don't press as a group and move off of each other. Juventus, you know what they do? They have 2 people press, the other guys don't press, and the team passes around them. And they don't move as a group.
Besides, this is the whole problem. Our defense play all way back.
Yeah,
they don't go on top.
No,
that's
what I'm saying. So when you have a 4, let's say Chiesa and Vlahovic press, the other 9 guys are sitting back, so the team is okay. We're just going to pass it around you. There's no sense. They don't move. They're not compact in a good way, shifting to the areas. Half the time we're chasing a play where it's we don't cover a guy, God forbid, they get stretched out. It's just not. If you want to be a defensive team, at least show me they know how to move as a defensive team. They don't even know how to do that. So I don't quite know what the coach is giving them at this. I don't have. And you won't even play the young kids that we're excited about, where I can at least pretend to watch the young kids. So I'm just what do you want us to say?
I didn't see it, but I heard Chiesa is pissed, and I'm happy about it.
He's pissed about what?
That they subbed him out.
Well, I'm sure Vlahovic is pissed too. I mean, unless he doesn't have 90 minutes, why do they sub him out too?
Good. Get him fired.
I guess they have international games this week too. Isn't the Europa League this week?
Yeah, but do they play?
Champions League this week.
Champions League. I think Europa League. I think they play Thursday.
Yeah, it is tomorrow, Milan and Tottenham.
Yeah, so there are extra games coming up, so that's probably why he took people out. But I mean, no one could be happy with that effort. The fans were bored in the stands. There was no fans were even there. There was no juice.
Yeah, they miss even defense. The field is not full.
Do you remember the first few seasons? There was this running record of Allianz Stadium that was sold out all the time. Remember? Mm-hmm. Now it's and maybe that's what it'll take to really turn it around. If people stop going, stop spending money, then maybe they'll get to the point where it's all right, enough of this guy, enough with everything.
You did see 2 teams that definitely don't like each other, though. It was pretty chippy.
Oh, yeah. Well, that Fiorentina and Juventus, they hate each other. I mean, that's for sure.
You also saw 2 teams with 0
already, we talk about these things, right? Since Juventus doesn't have money to spend and they want to, fix the balance, they have to play with young people. That's it.
Yeah.
They have to save a salary.
And to me, there's a few things that I want to see just to feel like there's hope moving forward. I want to see them choose somebody truly to run the team from a soccer, like a head of sporting director. I need them to pick somebody I have confidence in, like someone I've heard of, someone that's built a good team, someone who knows how to spot talent.
Well, they've been naming 3 former players as being like the new
but they're not.
Nedveds.
But they're not. Yeah, Nedved didn't.
Yeah, but you see, they talk about try to get Del Piero in the team, right? But Del Piero he go to one condition. He don't want to just sit there like Nedved.
Yeah, he wants to
say his word.
Yeah, what does he want to do though? Does Nedved? So I love Del Piero.
You see, he wants to be vice president, assistant, or whatever. But say one thing can buy and sell people.
Yeah, he wants
the coach.
Okay, do we know he knows how to do that? First of all,
like no offense to these people. About the player.
Does he? I don't know.
No, I heard him talk.
Okay, so fine. About. First thing is, do you know the right player? Second, do you know how to buy them at the right value? And do contracts.
Yeah,
are they going to give him some
finances?
But Frankie, you need the scout. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not even talking scout. I'm talking about someone to run the team financially.
Frank, financially, never mind. Let's just say you don't have money. You don't have enough money. You have to go on young people. Oh, they say what they said the paper. They were the guy from Atalanta, the forward. I mean, we get late all the time. Everybody, we don't get nobody. We like someone. We don't.
Because it comes down again, who's making the decisions?
We lost everybody. I mean, you got a good player.
Who's making the decisions? That's what I'm saying. You need someone there who knows how to make the decisions at the right time. And we haven't had that in a long time. We just haven't. Their strategy with Paratici and all them was like, oh, you played on Real Madrid or PSG, we'll take you. That was the strategy.
We need someone who know about soccer. That's why, who scout to go around to see people. But, you read the paper. You don't know if you read the paper. Juventus side and this guy, they never get nobody.
Yeah, well, first of all, you can have 100 scouts and they can bring you 1,000 players, but the guy who gets to pick the 2 they're going to buy better be smart and better pick the right 2, right? Because you have a team of scouts, everyone brings you players. You have to look at them and go, no, this guy is not for Juventus. This guy I'll bet on, and I'm going to get him now, right?
This guy, this forward, 15 million they pay. Now it's worth more than 50 million.
That wouldn't have happened on Juventus anyway.
Because he wouldn't have played.
Would have Allegri would have not made him good.
Let's get rid of this coach.
That's the second thing. So, okay, the first thing is I need someone in charge picking the players. The second thing I need a new coach that believes in building young players and making people improve, right? And the third thing is I want them to commit to young players. I'd be happy with that.
I don't think that's going to happen. It's Juventus, man.
You don't think that stuff's going to happen? They have no money. What's going to happen?
You'll see a little bit of it, but you're still going to get the dumb signings of Pogba. You're still going to get.
You think they're still going to do the Pogbas and stuff with no money?
I think you'll see them every once in a while. Yeah,
I don't think next year they're not going to be in the Champions League. Why are they going to sign someone to pay?
Well, they're going to be in the second division after they get.
Let's be serious, right? The Maria out.
I say this every week.
All right. Paredes out.
Great.
Pogba. How many games we have left? 18 games. If you don't pay at least 12 at the end to show us he returned in some condition, right? Out too.
We're stuck with him for like 4 years.
What are you going to do?
That is shit in the contract. He has to be honest too.
They're not. He's not going to. Why he's not going to? But again, I don't.
1 year without to play.
I don't expect him to get rid of Pogba again. That's why it matters who you sign and the contracts you sign matters. But if they can get rid of all the dead weight, the guys whose contracts running out, like you said, Paredes gone, Di Maria, all those guys, just let them leave. Bring in young people, Rugani. That'll save them like $40 million a year, $30 million a year in payroll. Like, get rid of these guys, bring in young people, Rovella, Fudge, all these guys, let them play, and give me a coach who can actually improve people, like a Gasparini. I'd be happy as shit. I don't care.
You would be, but they
Yeah.
would.
At least we know we're young people.
And first of all, with the younger team with the right coach, they'll come in better than this team.
Yeah, we think that. They clearly don't. Otherwise, they'd do it.
Well, that's the problem. That's why I needed
No,
starting with the first guy. Someone knows what the hell they're talking about.
You see, maybe they don't know, or maybe because with these people, with young people, we cannot win. Yeah, but you have to realize you don't have money to spend. So the whole alternative is that. Get young people.
That's what I mean. You need someone with the vision who still thinks I can win and grow with these young people. If you bring in a guy who goes, no, I need to find some guy like Ramsey who's played on Wales and pay him $6 million a year because I'm Juventus, like you're never going to do anything.
I miss Ramsey.
Ramsey will be back on the team next year with the luck we have. He'll be starting.
Because most of them, they did already what they did to Frank. When you're 29, 30, already.
That's why it all starts with who's making the decision. I love Del Piero, but again, I've never seen him run a team.
No, run. It's not run.
It's a restaurant, for fuck's sake.
Give advice.
Give advice, okay, to who, though? Someone's got to make the decision.
Coach, not to a leg.
Not the coach. Forget the coach. There's two different things. On the field, the coach, and the person running the team. Selling and buying players.
Frank, what do you mean by running?
Running the team, meaning these guys will be a member of Juventus. These guys I'm selling. These guys I'm going to go buy.
Oh, my!
You need someone to take charge of that.
Frank. Let's put it to things straight. We don't have money to spend, right? Right. Now,
back to
wherever that's the first thing to do is, cut the debts, right? So giving away all these people we mentioned.
Yeah,
with this salary, right? And play with the young people here. Now you have to have a scout to find outside Italy or Italy itself to find the other kids.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is,
coach is not afraid to play.
But that's fine. But you need a guy there who's in charge to put that plan in place. That's what you need. Well, Bob, if that was so easy, we would have done that already. What plan? Oh, did they run that plan so far?
Let's talk Napoli, right?
Oh my God.
Napoli, we thought it would be big. We don't even put on the first four, right? Because they sold Colipoli, the Spanish guy. They sold the Martins. But this guy was in charge. You got to get people who nobody saw before.
Yeah, so you just started with somebody was in charge that made the right decisions.
Who is in charge? They're all in charge. What do they do there?
Dan, maybe you guys can explain this better to the audience or to Dan. What am I missing here?
But you're not. The thing is, they still haven't decided who's going to be in charge.
That's all I'm saying. They need someone
who has to be the right pick. That's it.
The decisions end with me. They need someone to make those decisions, make good ones. We've seen. Listen, let me remind you the history. We had Paratici in that seat. He sucked. He brought us Ramsey in debt. We had Secco in that seat. Do you remember that? We spent money for people that never played, Andrade and stuff, right? You put the wrong person to put the resources in the wrong spot, and your team goes backward. As much as Marotta wasn't the best, he was the best we've had in a while. When we had Mudgy, why did you love Mudgy so much?
Because he cheated.
Why'd you love Mudgy? Because he made the right decisions.
This is another story. Because when Marotta was there, we had the money too.
Forget money then.
No, we had the money. Now we don't have the money.
That's
so
fine.
Why you need the scout. That's a good scout.
No, you don't. Because you're missing something. Because scouts bring you. I'm a scout. You're a scout. We're all scouts. We all bring a player. Someone's got to decide. Hey,
if you don't
your player sucks. Dan, your player sucks. Christian's player is great. We're going to get him.
There's plenty of teams who don't have money and successful.
That's what I'm saying.
You need to have money.
You need someone. If Mudgy had no money, if Mudgy came back right now, if he wasn't banned, and he took over Juventus and he had no money, do you think he wouldn't find good young players?
Yeah, but Frank, but you think just more just there?
No, I just want I want another one who's good.
We know for sure the one we have right now, they're not good.
That's what I'm saying. We just need to find. We just need a good one.
You're saying the same thing.
We're saying the same thing, and you're telling me I'm wrong. They just need to put somebody there who's good.
Yeah, but before it was good, you have to have an idea.
Yeah.
And the idea, you know what you have the idea? Money you don't have to spend. You cannot compete with the English team. So you have to go with young people.
Agreed.
At best.
Someone
That's
has to
it.
make that
Now,
decision and say, we
to
need
give
a
it
guy who
these
can do
young
this.
people, you need the coach that is good with young people.
Yeah. That's why
That's
those
it.
are my 3 steps.
Maybe Italiano will be available because Fiorentina sucks too. So maybe
Yeah, but I was big on Italiano. Based on what you've seen with Fiorentina, do you want him anymore?
they still play a better style than Juventus. They're just
No,
not
but they're
good
really
this year.
It's
inconsistent
better
too.
style because they play they may be the better style.
Yeah, and they lost players.
That's what I'm saying. But he's
I
still
was a
better
big
coach.
fan of Italiano, but I expected more when I see him in these games.
I would take him in a heartbeat.
He's a good coach. I would take a chance on him.
Agreed, he's a good coach, but Gasparini is a good coach, and they
I
lose
think
players,
Gasparini
and their
is
team's
the-
more
the- the-
consistent.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
I would be happy with either of them.
Because
I think there's
Gasparini
no
was
chance in
Juventus
hell.
already.
Gasparini
He
might
knows the
try.
story.
I don't
Although
think he's-
the thing is, if Juventus had a chance at the Champions League, I think 100% Gasparini would go. Now he might say, "I'm getting old. Do I want to come there with a year or two before I can even get into?"
Don't forget too, he's already had a chance at Inter, and that was like shit. So maybe he doesn't want to go back to like, oh man, are they going to give me 4 games and fire me? You know, like,
Well, yeah, that's
it's risky to do that.
Juventus
well, yeah.
won't do that.
And first of all, if they put anyone in charge who's going to do 4 games and fire someone, then we're screwed. We're already waiting for the next guy to
No, I agree. Listen, if you put Allegri in for 2 seasons like this, you
Yeah.
better not fire the next guy in 4 games,
right?
So
I mean,
yeah,
and the only thing I can't have Allegri start the first next year be the coach. I can't do it.
That's another year lost.
Yeah,
It
I
would be
can't
very
pretend
hard
to
to
be
root.
excited about anything. You know what I mean? Like at that point, I have to pick a second team, some team from Serie B for the year
no,
or
you're
something.
right. It's like, hey, that's another lost year.
Yeah,
Like this is not fun to watch again.
I'm
another
not
year.
watching next year. I'll tell you
another
that right
year.
now.
If they don't play the young guys, maybe they sell the wrong guys. Like I don't need another year. Like I need to turn the page and start going positive.
Mm. No, I think we can all agree on that. Chris, let's go to the other games. We'll hit them up and we'll talk about them because the week, to be honest, wasn't very exciting.
It wasn't very good.
I mean, there was a couple decent ones. The Lazio Atalanta game was good.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Atalanta was a good game.
It was a good game, yeah.
Yeah, talk about that one a little bit. You guys were saying that was really good. I only saw bits and pieces of it.
So Atalanta won 2-0. And this is a game where both those teams have like up and down performances, and you really never know what you're going to get from either of them. And so many this is what Provedel played well, had a lot of saves, but Højlund was the one. Højlund and Lookman really stood out. Lookman always going forward, always making something happen. Lookman, I could see getting bought after the summer or during the summer because of how well he's played. But Højlund had 1 goal. He could have had 3 goals. He had 1 taken away.
he's good.
And he had another one where he missed. And he's so fast and strong, and he's just got to learn a little bit of finishing. And that kid's going to score tons of goals.
Well, don't get fit. Yeah, but don't. So the good thing is he can get himself in a lot of dangerous spots. But don't forget, finishing is an art, right? Like,
No, I
he
know.
probably
He doesn't
will
finish
grow
the
into
ball.
it.
Oh, they say he's faster than Holland.
He's so fast.
He's fast.
You see the one play, he sprinted through the center backs of Lazio with ease, like they were 2 little kids running next to him.
He's 19.
Yeah, I mean, he's got so much promise and potential, and like you said, they bought him for $10, $15
Yeah,
million.
but now forget about this player because already people know so him.
Yeah, no, England's got already probably circling around that guy. Like,
We're not saying for Juventus. His career to be over.
Yeah, like seriously, I almost feel bad for players like this if they were to come to Juventus, just like Vlahovic. Because again, Vlahovic is a champion that people are forgetting now, and they're saying he's no good.
Yeah,
He's had 1.5 years of injuries and Allegri.
Well, I think he's gone this summer.
Yeah, he probably is going to be gone. And people go, oh, he didn't. But really, it's Allegri. Don't tell me he sucks all of a sudden.
No, but this kid Højlund though, I mean, I don't know. I think he's got as much promise, maybe even as Vlahovic. Like that's how, with his age and his physicality, and he's just got a lot of potential.
Yeah,
And-
but they all right. They're good, these people, right? But you have to understand one thing. Some people play Juventus and play Atalanta. It's a different story.
Yeah.
Not everybody can play Juventus. And when Atalanta, in that case, they play as a team, all of them. That's why everybody look good. Juventus, we're not a players team.
Yeah, but it's not
We're
like
not
he's
players
playing.
team.
He's not playing for a no-name team. Like there are eyes on Atalanta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a little bit of pressure there at least. It's
But
not
there
like,
was always that thing about people, can they make the jump to Juventus from another team? Now we have the thing that Juventus plays bad too.
Even the way, if you look about even the Locatelli with Sassuolo, he was playing better.
yeah.
It's all Allegri. I blame Allegri for everything. But this guy, so do you think he'll be sold this year, or do you think he'll play another year?
I mean, he's only come this year, so I could see. It depends. I mean, like Atalanta might not want to because you figure they're going to move away from Muriel and Zapata. They already moved away from Malinowski, so they might be like, "No, we're going to keep him at least for another year."
No, Atalanta sell.
You think they're
But,
going to
like,
sell?
they're not going to get rid of Lukman and him though. Like they're not going to get rid of both.
Atalanta sell because
I mean, if they were to sell him right now with a season in Serie A, what are they going to realistically
at least double 40 for him.
40. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like that gamble. Do we take 40 now, or do we hope we can make it 60 or 70 next? I don't know.
But the same for Lukman too. Like you're getting more than double than what you paid for him. They just make good business choices.
Lukman's a little different though because in Leicester he was freaking terrible.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, but I mean,
I think a big part of that in any sport but soccer, it's like how much confidence does your coach have in you? How many confidence does he get put in you? And how does your team play? Like, how do you know what I mean? Like,
every guy, Atalanta is a Boga poor.
Yeah.
Boga's been relegated to the bench because of these guys.
That was a guy that we all thought, oh, coming from Sassuolo down the line, he's going to do awesome, and he hasn't done much.
Yes, the next Scalvini is strong, very strong.
Yeah, he's strong.
And I know he's been hurt, but like he's pushing Zapata to the bench.
Zapata's past it though. I mean,
no, he's a good player still.
He's a 19. He's a good player. He has personality.
Is Zapata injured though?
Frank, you know
he's
what?
Been hurt a lot.
Juventus, I see some young kids, good. You don't even know them. There is this, I don't know, it's foreign. This, it's 17 years old. Stopper. He's very good. He already got on the 23. Yes, I saw this forward, Turco, Pecorino. They're good.
Yeah, that's the thing. We have the wrong coach for that.
No, you have the wrong team for that. Juventus will never play a 17-year-old.
Yeah, it's wrong everything.
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that.
They think they're a top 5 team in the world. They're not playing 17-year-olds.
So there are people that can win with young kids. I'm not saying a whole team of 17-year-olds.
When you have a team that wants to create a super league of teams, they don't want players like that. Like they don't want.
Agreed, but they know they can't be that team. We've talked about it. They don't have the money to be that team.
Yeah, but they want to be. So
they want to be. But if you want to be, I want to be a billionaire and have a 500-foot yacht, but I don't have one because I don't have the money.
It's going to take a long time to get them out of that mindset.
You know what I mean?
There was a. When Marquinhos started, we sent him to play with Empoli 1 year, and we brought him back.
Yeah.
Now, Rovella, we bought from Genoa. It's been 3 years he plays Serie A.
I think needs to change as far as loans. I don't think you should be able to loan out people for more than 2 consecutive years. I think if they do 2 years outside your team, they have to be on your team the third year.
Yeah, but that's on the player too.
Because
the player doesn't have to accept.
What do you mean?
Yeah. But you can want to loan someone out, but the player could say no, go screw yourself.
No, I think it should force a team to make a call on a person. Yes, you're going to be on my team, or no, I'm going to sell.
I don't like that rule because it's only going to hurt Juventus. Because the thing is, look, if you're 17 and they loan you to Serie A 17, 18, 19, you come back, you're still young as hell. It's fine. I think Juventus, where they go wrong is they see the person play well, and they still don't bring them back. It's like, what are you doing then? Go sell them. If you don't think
so you don't believe in that.
Yeah, like you literally have seen Ravella in Serie A for 3 years hold his own.
And they should be forced to make a decision on it.
But now it's simple. You have a Ravella, right? You have and the other side you have Rabiot, Locatelli, Fagioli, and Miretti. Is Ravella, as you say, ask yourself, is Ravella it's worse than this guy? Or Paredes? No, and bring him back.
That's right. And you get rid of the other 2 guys that cost you money. Like they need someone to be in charge. Just be like, we're gonna go cheap. If I can pay this young kid $200,000 and you want me to pay you $5 million, you have to be at least 20 times better. Otherwise, adios. I'm not gonna pay you. Like you.
Sorry, but going back because I don't want to keep going back to that. But what Adelant's in second place now, Chris?
Third.
Oh,
So
third place?
Inter is a second place.
They're right behind Inter. Gained 2 points on them. Lazio again disappears in big games. Their big players didn't really do much. Provedel, like I said, made a lot of saves. Musso actually made a really nice save in this game.
Lazio, I don't understand. They cannot step up. They have the team, Lazio.
We said at the beginning of the year that was my big thing to them.
Mobley missed a bunch too.
Hey, Bobo is not in form right.
Yeah. But it's but they played a really good game and then they do that. But they came across a good team. Like Adelant's in good form.
Yeah. The bad thing is the league isn't even competitive. Like when you go from Lazio at 6 to Torino at 7, it's a difference of 9 points.
It's 2 through 5. That's crazy.
Yeah, so like it's not even like to say Lazio has to lose 3 more games and Torino and Udinese have to win.
No, but that's no, Frank.
2 through 6,
yeah. If you take Napoli, if Napoli is not there, it's level of the championship.
Yo, this season would be crazy if Napoli wasn't there. With the teams, how close they are.
You can't.
Close.
You can't do that, though.
Juventus would be faster with Inter.
This guy and his 15 points.
No, I think we get him back.
Great, let's get him back. Who cares? I don't even care.
You don't care.
I don't because I think we should get him back too. But
listen,
just to make a difference,
we might know who we are, but we also know there is a lot of handicap with us.
Yeah, we've been screwed.
The first one, Allegri, even the league is against us.
Let me ask you a question, and then we'll move off Juventus.
I've heard that before.
Let me ask you one question. These are your only 2 choices, Bob, and you have to answer it. Okay. Choice number 1. They decide that the 15 points was totally wrong, and they give them back to us, and we come in top 2. That's choice number 1. But Allegri stays. Choice number 2 is they don't give it back to us, and Allegri gets fired. Which one do you want?
No, but those
are your 2 choices.
Never mind the 15 points if they give it back.
No,
I think if Juventus know what they're doing,
they fire him anyway. I understand that, but I'm just saying since we don't own Juventus in those 2 choices, let's say the people in their heads, that's how they decide.
I know my answer. It's so easy.
Well, I want to hear. So we'll go around, but I want him to go first. Points back, we end up top 4. They keep Allegri. We don't get the 15 points back, so we don't end up the top 4. But they fire Allegri. Which one do you want?
Never mind.
Pick one. Pick one.
It's hard on purpose.
So you don't want the 15 points back. You want them fired.
No, I want the 15 points because they are ours.
Yeah,
the 15 points they are.
Yes, ideally, he wants the 15 points and Allegri fired. We all do, right? But I'm just saying, that's not nearly as an interesting question.
You see, never mind who we are, right? How we play. But you think what they did to us, 15 points, they encourage us. They encourage the player.
No.
Allora, they kill us.
It'll be another 20, buddy.
Listen,
because you see, never it's 15 points, you get them back.
You're taking the deduction?
But there is another thing is for the pros Valencia. I don't know how they end up. Could be they give you the 15 points and they give you something on the other one.
75 points on the other one.
I don't know.
Go for it. All right, that's the last of Juventus for now. Let's go to the rest of the games. Chris, give another game.
I mean, do you just want to go down the list?
Yeah,
we're starting with Friday. Milan beat Torino to 1-0.
Torino they deserve to lose. You saw the game?
Yeah, I saw
the game. They played better than Milan.
Milan got the win finally. Like, they got a win, but they still aren't playing well. Their midfield's not playing well. They're missing tons of chances. Theo Hernandez can't hit the net. Giroud can barely hit the net, even though he scored. They're not playing well. And Torino
always look like he don't want to play.
Leao doesn't even look like he knows how to play soccer anymore. They are still looking terrible, and that's not a good sign for Tottenham this week. I think they're going to get crushed by Tottenham. Like they're not in a good spot.
They're definitely
Yeah,
not
if
playing
they
well. It's not a
if
good
they
time.
run like they run against Torino, they're going to clear.
And Conte's going to be up for that game. He's playing versus an Italian team. He's not going to make it easy for them. So yeah, they did get the 3 points, but they're still nowhere near where they need to be.
Plus, Pioli, he got in confusion now. You don't even know what to play with 3 defense or 4 defense.
He's changed the
He's still
formation.
trying now.
He must have gone to Allegri's coaching camp.
Yeah, I like
He's putting people out of position. Messiah's playing center midfield.
Yeah.
It's just really, really bad.
Yeah. Let's see. Saturday you had Empoli versus Spezia. It was 2-2.
So there were 2 red cards in this game. Parisi got a red card for a handball in the box in the 21st minute.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Vicario makes a beautiful penalty shot save, then makes the follow-up save. So two crazy saves, and the ref goes, "No, they entered the box too early. Re-kick."
Yeah.
And then they score that one, and he was super pissed because he almost saved that one too. He dove the right way again.
And then and that was our boy Verde.
Daniel Verde scored 2 goals.
And he scored another beautiful one. Yeah.
Another beautiful one. That's the only way you can score against Vicario. It has to be a beautiful goal. But then they got a red card too. So it was 10v10, and Empoli scored 2 late second half goals to score. It was actually a pretty entertaining game.
Yeah. I didn't see any of this game. Lecce and Rome 1-1.
So this game, again, free kicks and penalties. Like anytime Rome games happen, it's either a goal off a free kick or a goal off a penalty. So
set piece,
Rome's goal was a penalty shot off a corner kick that hit someone's arm or whatever, and Dybala scored. And then Lecce scored off a corner kick. So it was another set piece kind of, not free kick, set piece play. Rome had chances. Their front 3 actually played pretty well together, but they can only get one past them. And if you're Rome in the top 4, you need to get 3 points out of this game. That's why you can't trust any of these teams. They all suck.
Yeah, that's why I said 2 through 6 is nuts.
Yeah, but Dybala is fun to watch. Still, he's very fun to watch.
Do you guys think he'll get bought? Because his release clause is pretty low.
What is it?
It's pretty low. It's like 20 million or some shit.
I think it depends on where Rome is at. If Rome.
No, but already started. He started to say to Roma, "You want me to change the salary."
Yeah, he's gonna want a new contract regardless.
Why didn't he just sign that one?
Yeah, but it was,
a
shitty one.
Yeah, but he got he had to sign something. It wasn't like a great one.
He got screwed by the whole league. I don't even know how he stayed in Italy.
There's gonna be. I think there should be a lot of suitors for him. Like he's even proven to be a little more healthy than usual.
No, that was a choice from him.
Yeah.
To go to Rome.
Well, that's why I think he made them put the release clause in so low so that he can get another offer. And I don't blame him.
They'll get offers.
Yeah. I mean, if they don't get an offer for him, it's very weird. Because I think he can go play in leagues that are more open. Even like he's always going to be physically challenged.
Yeah,
right? In the UK, he'd be beat up a bit.
Yeah.
Other things, what I would do with the new coach Juventus, the first thing I would have got him back.
Well, I think he'll end up.
Come run away.
I think he'll end up in Spain.
I can see that. Yeah,
because in England they play open, but they're to play so fast and so physical. Like he'll get knocked over every 2 seconds.
No, I don't think so. I
do.
I don't think. You see, I think the England soccer is football. It's overstated.
Yeah, but they play fast and they play physical.
They do compared to us, you know what they do? Those teams they run more.
Yeah,
and that is a contraposition because Italy we are tactically we play good. It's difficult.
I'm saying, but when you look at Dybala, he's not the fastest, he's not the strongest.
Yeah, but he's going to be free.
He's going to be free, but people are going to knock him off the ball easily.
Wow.
They do it in Italy.
Like over here, they're not knock.
Yeah, they do.
I think there'll be plenty of suitors for him. English teams will spend money on him.
I think that's why I'm not saying he can't play in England. I think Spain might be perfect for him because it's a little bit less physical.
Yeah,
you play a little bit more technical, and it's still pretty open. So
but I also think Rome is really going to strongly reconsider his contract, and
I hope so.
I don't think they want to get rid of him. So.
They're willing to spend money, so that's
I mean, I don't see why they won't spend it on him.
You know, when you have Mourinho, he's not going to settle for just get rid of players. He's going to come on, keep buying more.
Their team is totally different when he plays than when he doesn't play.
Yeah,
so why would you not make him a priority?
He's in a good spot right now.
Yeah, the priority. You have to see how much they want to spend. I don't think the ball is going to sign for million again.
No. He's going to get a raise.
Because the Ballas one thing, he signed to Roma, but he put a condition. I think with 20 million, they have to let him go.
Yeah,
that's what they said. But I think Rome would give him 6 if he's willing to sign for 6.
6? I think they want to give 7 to him.
Well, if they give him 7, I think he might stay.
He might stay.
At one point, he wanted 8, 9 from Juventus. I don't know.
Well,
Juventus was to make 10 or 8. He wants.
No, I think he wasn't making 10.
I don't think it was 10. It wasn't that high.
8 maybe.
Chris, go to the next game.
Udinese and Sassuolo was 2-2.
Yeah, this game, if you didn't wake up at...
I think I hit this game, right?
I don't know if we picked this game.
I think I hit this game.
Maybe. But if you didn't wake up this game, this is a 6:30 a.m. game on Saturday or Sunday. If you didn't wake up in the first 20 seconds, you missed a goal because you scored in 25 seconds. They had 2 leads, I think, in this game and lost it. And Silvestri made a pretty bad play on 1 goal for Sassuolo. But back and forth. Udinese is hard at home. They get the draw. Sassuolo's been playing better lately. But, a draw, you can expect that from these 2 teams.
Yeah, Sassuolo's lost so many players. That
was actually not a bad game, though. If you woke up and watched it, it was entertaining.
And don't forget, they also lost to Zerbi from when they were playing really good.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but that's when they were playing really,
With their coach and tons of players, Frank.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So but we can't we don't discount De Zerbi totally either.
Traore.
Some people really like their coach.
Scamacca. Bologna, Monza was 1-0 Monza.
Raspadori, yeah.
Monza had, this game was Monza had some chances. Bologna had some chances. Well, nothing. It wasn't anything special. Monza's playing a lot better than Bologna right now, so I figured that they would probably.
Monza played better because they're riding more.
I like their team.
Yeah, it's easy. You've been saying bad things about Monza all year because I think you hate Berlusconi, but at least at the beginning of the year they were playing horrible. At least now they're being more consistent. They're getting points.
I give them credit. They had a direction.
Yeah, let me ask you something. Right? Monza lost 4-5 games. That's why they fired the coach.
Mm-hmm.
It was his fault or Palladino's fault. Everything is in the middle.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Coach wasn't prepared.
Yeah, but also in the beginning of the season, they had more injuries too. They're more healthy now. They have a direction. They've been playing together for. They bought a lot of new players from going from B to A.
Their roster's not bad.
Because now they say Palladino's coach, and the guy that was a fire is a bad coach. I don't know.
I don't know that he's a bad coach.
No, I don't jump on saying someone's a great coach because they played 10 games and got some results. Maybe Palladino will grow up to be a good coach. Right now, it's incomplete.
No, but what I'm saying,
I don't
contrast, Frank. I'm saying, the coach that was a fire is bad. And Palladino
I think it's more of that. It's a new division with tons of new players that they bought that didn't get a chance to play together. Plus, they bought players who were very injury prone, and they were injured in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, agreed. I think all that leads.
I think it's more of that than anything else.
But they did have a direction. They got players that have something to prove.
No, I agree. That's where I give their ownership and management credit. They knew what they wanted to do. They went out, got Pacino, they got Sensi, they got all these players,
and they have the same amount of points as Juventus.
More probably. I don't know.
No, 29 each.
29. The last 2 games were today. Verona beat Salernitana 1-0. I think it was a penalty shot.
No, I don't know if it was. I can't remember. I saw the highlights of it, but I can tell you, Verona's actually picking up points. 4 games in a row, they got points. So they're trying.
By the way, today I saw Sampdoria Inter 0-0, right?
Yeah, that's the last one we're going to talk about.
No, but I said Sampdoria. If Sampdoria play like today, today he might stay in Serie A. And I think I see them La Spezia and Salernitana. And Verona and Sampdoria they can be saved.
Verona can 100% be saved. Verona is not bad.
Verona's only 2 points behind Spezia.
No, because even Sampdoria has 11 points.
Yeah.
And Salernitana 19.
If I had to put
Salernitana has 21. Spezia
21.
has 19.
Yeah, but still, you see, there is a lot of game.
Yeah,
Sampdoria play good. I see in bad shape La Spezia and Salernitana.
That's what I'm saying. If I had a bet, I would say Verona stays up and Spezia goes down. That's the flip flop right there.
See,
that I would.
Sampdoria would have to prove they would have to get 8 points out of the next 12.
No, I'm saying if Sampdoria play like today against Sampdoria has a player that come from Udinese. Bold. I never liked that player, but today he played the best game in his life. He didn't make Lukaku touch a ball.
Well, Inter dropping points to a bottom 3 team is,
it's
glorious.
It's glorious, yes, we love it, but you can't be doing this. Can somebody give Napoli a fucking challenge?
It's 15 points at this point.
Yeah, come on.
Inter lost the 6th game already, and nobody who loses 6 games can win the championship.
Yeah,
nobody.
I know, but it's so boring.
It is boring.
Yeah, but if it's going to be boring, at least it's Napoli.
Yeah, at least it's Napoli. That I'm happy about.
Juventus like on purpose. They give 1 to Napoli, 1 to Milan, 1 to Inter, 1 to Napoli. That give somebody else to, and then they start again to get Juventus.
But do you guys realize our enjoyment for the rest of the season is to see how far Napoli goes in the Champions League? The rest to me means nothing.
That's the problem. That's my struggle with this season because, like I said, there's not a lot. I can't even be there's no outside. I guess my other thing would be to see if Atalanta can beat Inter for second.
I could care less. I don't care about that.
It's trivial.
At the championship, the Napoli won the favor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If for some reason they got bounced early from the Champions League, what the hell are we going to watch? It's going to be so boring.
Hey, we get all our midweek days back. We don't have to worry
about
That's
true, too. Yeah.
We'll take up tennis.
Tennis is fun to watch.
I meant play.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with your knee. But we didn't talk about Napoli 1-3. There was nothing to say. They say Krava, Osimhen, they all score. Great, wonderful. Another win.
Yeah, but you see, Napoli, we know Napoli. Napoli with the Cremonese was at 0-0 first half.
Yeah.
But even the Inter, I thought he would have scored today with Sampdoria because Inter is stronger than Sampdoria.
I hate to tell you guys, I'm looking ahead at next week's games. They're worse than this week's games.
Really? I haven't looked. I haven't seen.
Well, wait until we look at them in a second. They're worse than this week's games.
Really?
They're as equally bad.
Ugh. Well, Chris, do you want to run down those?
Yeah, let's go do. Listen to these games. Tell me they're not exactly prime time.
So Friday's not terrible. Sassuolo Napoli.
That's the best one of the week.
Okay. Saturday you have Samp versus Bologna, Monza versus Milan, and Inter versus Udinese.
Yeah, Inter
okay. They found the second one. Okay.
Sunday you have Atalanta versus Lecce, Fiorentina versus Empoli, Salernitana versus Lazio.
These games are way better than this. What are you talking about, Frank? These games are better.
Spezia versus Juventus.
That's a good game.
Yeah, Fiorentina. It's a rivalry, but.
And who's Juventus play, Chris?
Spezia versus Juventus, Rome versus Verona, and then Monday.
Roma Verona, it is.
What's that?
Let's pick away, man. Let's pick away.
Oh, Chris, yeah, pick some games because
we should pick all the games from now on to give me a chance to catch up.
Sassuolo Napoli, you're gonna play, right? You're gonna pick, right?
So
Sassuolo's home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean nothing.
Does Napoli play Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday, probably, right?
I give it just a result: 3-2 for Napoli.
Midweek.
They play Tuesday of this week before Friday or after the Friday?
Or is it next week they play? It's this week, isn't it?
No, they play next Tuesday, the 21st.
Oh, it's next. Okay, so that's why they have the Friday.
So they're gonna so they might rest some people for Tuesday. They don't really care because they're up by 1,000 points.
That's the hard thing about this. Is like, who gives a shit if they lose? I'm still giving them a 2-1 win.
Napoli.
Yeah.
3-2 for Napoli.
3-1 Napoli.
Yeah, I think I think 2-1 Napoli sounds right. I don't think they go full gas.
No, I think they get 2 goals in the first half and they sell them out. You know.
Hey, by the way, did you see who was would be before the game, football game started the final? And I asked you what's over. I told you they go under.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they went over.
He was talking about the over-under for the football game.
Yeah.
50.5 points.
Actually, they went over.
Yeah.
They were over.
Okay, what's the next game? You want to do Inter Udinese?
Inter Udinese, yeah.
2-1 Udinese.
Udinese is not good away, though. They're really not good away.
Udinese who?
Inter.
Oh, Udinese 2-2.
1-1.
But Inter's home, right?
Yeah.
Inter's home 2-2 anyway.
1-0 Inter.
2-1 Udinese. Write it down at the house.
No, they're not dropping from 10 and Udinese 2 weeks in a row. They're not doing
Why not? They might hit a little gully.
They got to be careful with the top 4. They can't just keep losing points.
Good.
Do we want to pick Juventus for Spezia?
Yes, I do.
Want to.
Spezia's home.
This is a huge game for Spezia. Like, they need
Juventus to play home.
No.
Spezia's home.
Ma vince Juventus 2-0.
1-1.
His reaction's the best. 2-0 Juventus. Spezia's bad. Although Juventus sucks against bad opponents.
Oh, Juventus is talk about to win the European Cup.
Yeah, let them talk.
Because if you will win the European Cup, you go championship.
I guess I'll go 1-0. I guess Juventus.
In chat, Poot says Spezia 2-0.
That's what I wanted to say, but
do you want to pick Fiorentina Empoli?
Yeah, I think that's a good game. You guys know where I'm going on this. This is Empoli 1-0 win. We're written all over it.
I'm gonna say 1-1.
I'm gonna say 2-1.
1-1.
2-1 Empoli.
1-1.
I don't bet against Mario. I'm always wrong, but I don't bet against them.
All right. Anything else?
Allegri out.
So tomorrow there is does Milan play?
I think Milan plays tomorrow, right? 3:00. I think there's 2 games at 3:00 actually. I think Inter might play at 3. Or is that Wednesday?
No, Inter play. Inter, I don't think Inter play.
No, and Milan plays Spurs tomorrow at 3. And then
Do we
PSG
want to make a prediction on that game too? Not to count it, but what do you guys see?
Spurs 3-1.
No, Milan's home.
Yeah,
Milan's so bad right now.
They're playing like crap, so I'm gonna
They're
say
so bad.
I'll say 2-1 Milan.
I'm saying 2-0 Tottenham.
I hope
2-1 total.
so. 3-1. You guys will lock them in. Stupid. You guys rooted against them too.
I picked Milan.
What I was saying.
Allegri out? Is that what you're saying?
No. About the last week to score. How many points had he?
Oh,
We don't-
Dom told us. I think you got 3 points, Frank got 3, and me and Chris got 1.
Yeah.
So you guys caught
No,
up.
but I think I had a good result, 2-2, I think.
Yeah, that was your 3 points.
Oh, 3,
Well,
that's
you got
it.
2.
Oh, no, that was 2. Yeah.
And
Juventus.
You got that right too.
you gained points on us.
You got 3 and we got 1.
You're
All right.
getting scrubs.
We'll get a point. We'll get a point update next week, I guess, since somebody knows it.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Adios.
Catch us next week.
Good night.
Enjoy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
man. Happy Valentine's Day, Max.
I was like, who the hell's Max?
All right.
you guys next week. Bye.
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 Bye. Good night.